Disappointment here this afternoon at Steel Park, losing 2-1. You dropped to third in the table. It's not what you wanted, I'm sure, at the beginning of the game.
No, of course. Obviously, home game we expect to win. I thought, first half they didn't really threaten us at all. We had a lot of throw-ins, a lot of pressure in their box in their half, and we've come out second half and conceded a sloppy goal, good goal for them, whatever you want to call it. And we've not dealt with the adversity very well. They've done what a good away team do. They've slowed the clock down, killed the game, and we can't afford to get frustrated with it. And that's the disappointing thing for me today. We just didn't handle the adversity very well. We didn't handle the adversity of going 1-0 down. We didn't handle the adversity of them to keep going down. And then, I think the referee perhaps, could have helped us out a little bit more with some of his decisions. And we let that frustrate and overspill into the performance, because we weren't nowhere near as good first half as we were second half. But credit the opposition, they've come here, they've weathered the storm first half, they've come out, they've nicked the goal, and they've sat on it, and obviously as we're pushing they've got another one. But I can't emphasise how difficult it is to play football on the pitch at the minute, and that's not an excuse, it's a fact, and that's not having a go at anybody. The groundsman is doing an amazing job to get it into the condition that it was. We've had so much weather. We absolutely killed it against Kelson when we played a game that we perhaps shouldn't have done, and that's difficult for everyone. And I have to come out here and give my honest opinion, and that is my honest opinion. And like I say, we dealt with the conditions really well first half. We put it in good areas, and that is all you can do. You cannot play a square ball on the pitch. It's virtually impossible. So I thought we'd handled the conditions really well first half. They got gripped to them second half, but there was no passing from either team from them. You probably, until it really hardened up, you ain't to see that type of football. And then when it hardened up, it's going to be bobbling all over the place. You're going to be playing in like a car park, if you like. So that's just another challenge for us. But we just didn't deal with the adversity, and that's the big thing for me today. Did my players try hard? Yeah. Did they do the best they could? Probably. Was some of them good enough? Maybe not. But the adversity thing is, when we went a goal down, we lost 20-30%, and you can't do that, because you're going to get adversity. This is football. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, you're going to have some highs, you're going to have some lows. We've gone down to third in the table. I think we've got a game in hand. I don't even know. It's gone eating or just, I don't know. But what we're going to do? Just back in and, we've gone down to third. No, we're going to roll the sleeves up, we're going to dig in, we're going to come back next week in a barnstormer against Wellingborough, and we're going to give it everything we've got. Thanks to the crowd who came out today, 691, fantastic effort from them. I'm sorry the game was so stop-start, but that wasn't our doing, and the moral of the story is, when we're so on top like we was first, 20 minutes, half hour, 35 minutes, we need to take one of them chances when the ball's bobbing around their box. And if you go 1-0 up, on the way this is at the minute, that's a massive advantage, because you can kill the game. That's very difficult. Everything's a little bit one-dimensional from both teams, and that's we won a close one against Anstey. We won a close one against Setchell. We've lost a close one today. This is how it's going to be between now and the end of the season, and we've got to try and get enough points to finish second. Like I say, I think we've got 6 home games, 4 away games left. We've got some tough games left, but we've got to try and get to probably around 80 points to finish second and get the two home games if you win the first one. But first thing we've got to do is get enough points to get in the playoffs and not get carried away. Then we've got to try and secure a home game, and then we've got to try and finish second. So we'll take one step at a time. It's disappointing today because, like I say, big crowd. Disappointed we didn't get the 3 points or a point. But there were some positives today, and there was obviously, as you lose, a couple of negatives. But that's what we'll work on. We're sticking together. Hopefully people stay with us. We're second or third in the league. We've got a couple of games in hand, and we could have a big finish to the season. So, it ain't like I'm talking to you this time last year when we've got to win 7 on the spin to try and get near the playoffs. We've got ourselves in a good position, and it's down to me as the manager and players who go out on the pitch and do the business to make sure we get the results that we deserve, and hopefully that's going to be enough to get us second or third place, hopefully second.
just looking at your positives, obviously we did score a goal. It was on 90 minutes. It was from your new debutant player, Gary Storer.
Yeah.
How pleased are you to have him in the team?
Really pleased. I thought first 45 minutes he showed a lot of quality, popped the ball into good areas, he's got good legs. Got a little bit tired towards the end of the second half, but you know, that probably his character, which we all know about. You know, I know he's played for Kettering and some people don't like it, you know, grow up. You know, he's a Corby player now. And let's get behind him. And he gave maximum effort today, and you know, that's what I want from a player. Still 2-0 down, this is what I'm talking about, the adversity. 2-0 down, still as a midfield player getting in the box and tapping it in. So really pleased with him. He's had a good start. I think the fans will be pleased with him on the running. They'll certainly be pleased with him if he score a winner in a playoff game or something like that. So past is past, history's history. He's a Corby Town player now, and let's get fully behind the lad, because he's a quality addition to what we've got already, and he also complements the players that we have got in that area. So, you know, one or two of them, you know, obviously not had such great games, but I just said to him in there, we've got a really good squad now. Definitely the strongest squad since I've been at the football club, without a shadow of a doubt. Really disappointed Tendai had to come off today, because he looked really sharp today. He was winning his headers. He looked like a constant threat. Nearly scored just before he come off. But we've got a good squad of 18, 19 players now. Obviously, you only can play 16 at a time. And I just said to the lads in there, I don't pick the team, you do. People who come in and play well will keep playing, and that's as simple as that. And that's how we'll do it from here on into the end of the season. You know, everyone's done the bit up to now, but this is the business end of the season now. We're really disappointed with the result, but we move. You know, we kick on. We train in the week. We come in next week, and I know Wellingborough was losing at half time. I don't know how they got on today, but. You know, that's a big game, isn't it? You know, I think the crowd will come out for it. That was the game that we lost on New Year's, so that cost us loads of revenue. So if you do watch these videos and you do want to help the football club, let's come next week. Let's get behind the boys. We'll give it a maximum effort, and let's try and get 700-800 down here next week to replicate what we've lost on the New Year's game. It's a local game. Wellingborough bring a food, so hopefully we can get a really good atmosphere, and I can stand here next week with you with a bit bigger smile and a good result to boot. So exciting times. We've got 10 games, hopefully some playoff games and a cup final to come up. So we're not going to throw the towel in just yet. We're going to keep going, and we're going to stay positive. I don't think that's a horrible one today. We've lost a tight game against a good side, and Darlaston a good side. They'll cause problems this year, you know. And if they get in the playoffs, that'll be a bloodbath. So, you know, the two sets of players, there was no quarter given or asked today, and that's what I want from my players, and that's what Dino want from his players. And you know, I've got no problem with the result. I've got no problem with them celebrating. I don't like it when it overspill a little bit, but that's just the passion of football. That's just the passion of the players. And when they've come to Corby and got a good win, they're gonna celebrate it, and we've got to be adult enough to accept that, because we celebrate our wins. And you know, the handbags at the end of the games are just a nonsense really. I'd rather people, you know, run that extra 15 yards on the pitch or win that big tackle or something like that, do you know what I mean? So no complaints. I'm not saying, I don't think that, you know, I'll say the best time. I think that's two even sides, and they've come out on the right end of a tight game, which is, you know, I actually think they got in our box 2 or 3 times, that's all, and we didn't get in their box enough second half, and down to them scoring and shutting up shop and doing what good away teams do. So I hope we see him again. Dean's a good lad. His players are an honest bunch, and you know, maybe we'll see them again later on in the season.
Gary, appreciate your time again. See you next week for the Wellingborough game.
Thank you.